The onan generator I am looking at has a fault code 15. 3 weeks ago we replaced ignition coils, fuel pump and filter, oil filter, plugs, carburetor, and fuel shutoff. Worked fine for the 3 weeks, however today will not start and has code 15.
Hello, my name is I'm going to assist you with this. What is the full model number of the genset?
7G2132K spec K.
Code 15 is under frequency. If the genset is not even starting, it should not be setting this code. It might be an old code. Will the unit actually start and run as long as you hold the start switch, or does it literally not even start?
It will start and run for 30 seconds or so and then shut off.
Okay, that is a huge difference than not starting. Little details like that have huge implications on gensets. As I stated, code 15 is under frequency. It means the engine is running too slow. I would suspect that when you change the carb, you either did not get something connected properly, or you have the governor misadjusted. The spring in the governor arm should be in the 5th notch from the right. If it is not there, set it there and try it. Let me know what you find.
It was in the 6th from the right, so I moved it to the 5th and started the unit. The light is flashing rapidly on the start button. Is there a way to clear the old codes?
There is not a way to clear old codes. The light is flashing rapidly because you are in Aero mode. This happens when there is a fault shutdown, and you try to restart the unit in less than 1 minute. While in Aero, the engine runs, but no power is being produced. With no power being produced, there will be no frequency reading. Shut the unit down, wait 2 minutes, and start it back up to see what happens.
It started and stayed running for approximately 10 to 15 seconds and shut off. When it was in Aero, the unit stayed running but the light flashed rapidly, as stated.
As I said, it will stay running in Aero because the generator is not producing any voltage, and therefore, no frequency. The controller doesn't look for frequency in Aero, so it won't know it is low. The rapidly flashing light is the indicator to let you know it is in Aero. Since it is still shutting down, you need to connect a frequency meter to the output leads, and test the frequency. What frequency reading do you get?
I am not getting any frequency reading from it. It remained at 0 on the meter.
If it is running, but not in Aero, it has to be reading some frequency. Are you sure you have the meter set up properly, and are making good connections?
The meter is set properly, however it isn't staying running long enough to get a reading outside of 0. As soon as I started, it shuts down almost immediately now. It will start and immediately the governor throttles down. Is there a way to adjust the frequency to keep it running long enough to tune it in? Or can we purchase a new part that will regulate the frequency?
Is there a way to adjust the frequency to keep it running long enough to tune it in? Not without a special tool from Onan that costs $1,000 if you are getting absolutely 0 frequency, and the unit is now shutting down right away, as opposed to the 20 or 30 seconds that you told me it was running. Like I said, little details have a huge difference. Here is what you need to do. Directly above your control panel, mounted into the side of the generator toward the top, is a small plastic piece with 2 wires attached to it, held in with a single 10mm bolt. This is the brush holder. Watching which wire goes where, disconnect them both. Set your meter to ohms and connect one lead to each terminal off brush holder. You should get a reading of about 30 ohms. Now remove the brush holder, remove the 10mm bolt and pull the holder straight out. Sometimes they fit pretty snug, and you need to wiggle it as you pull it out. Check the brushes. They should be worn into an even arch pattern, and should not be chipped or cracked. They should slide freely into and out of the holder. If they stick or bind, clean the holder with electrical contact cleaner. The brushes should both be at least 7/16 of an inch long. Now look inside the hole where the holder was. You will see two metal bands that the brushes ride against. These are the slip rings. The slip rings are made of copper, and should be fairly shiny. You will see the wear pattern from the brushes on the slip rings. The wear pattern should be pretty well centered vertically once slip rings. If one or both brushes are riding off the edge of the slip rings, this is a serious issue that must be addressed. If the slip rings are dirty, they need to be cleaned by attaching a piece of Scotch-Brite or 400 grit sandpaper to the end of a small stick. Press the Scotch-Brite to the rings, and press and hold start for a few seconds. Do not hold start for more than about 10 seconds at a time without stopping to let the starter cool for a few minutes. Once the rings are clean, ohm across them. They should read about 30 ohms. Now use a strong flashlight to watch the rings as you press and hold the start button for 3 to 5 seconds. The slip rings should start turning at the exact same time as engine, should turn at the same speed as the engine, and should stop turning at the same time as the engine. If they do not, you have a drive issue that we must diagnose. Once the rings are clean, and if everything checks good, reinstall the holder. Set your meter to VDC, and connect the positive lead to the wired hat was connected to the lower brush holder terminal. This wire will be marked plus. Connect the negative lead to the upper brush holder terminal. This wire will be marked F. Press and hold start for 3 to 5 seconds, and note the voltage. How does all of this check out?
Okay. I didn't make it to the ohm part. As I remove the brushes, the bottom brush is stippled like it has been way too hot. Looking at the bottom slip ring, it is charred and the surface appears to have small stippling where it has been hot and is no longer smooth. The plastic holder for the brush is melted slightly along the edge where the damage is to the brush. It is as if the brush started to melt and has pock marks, and the same on the slip ring.
Yup. Seen it happen more than once. You are going to need to install new slip rings and brushes.
Okay. Thank you for the assistance, Hank. It was extremely helpful. I will most certainly recommend you to others.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.